So if you're new to the channel, I am Daydream Day-oyabunmi. Those are all the names I go by. I am an Orisha priestess, an intuitive messenger, and a visionary. And my channel, The Divine Mind, is a sacred space dedicated to spiritual exploration and personal development. Welcome in. If all of that sounds good, feel free to subscribe if you haven't. And if you're a long-time subscriber, a recent subscriber, thank you for joining me. So here on this channel, I do tarot readings, right? Like I'm going to do today. I talk about Ifa-Orisa related topics and just other spiritual topics, okay? So join us. Great. So today I wanted to do a reading on a topic that is a little tricky. So today we'll be looking into, I'll be using my intuitive abilities, my clairaudient, clairsentient abilities, my decks to check into the current status of love and relationships. Okay? So I don't know about you. I am so sick and tired of hearing about what's wrong with love and relationships. I'm so tired of hearing everybody bash everyone else and talk down about, you know, the opposite sex or whoever they're interested in. It's just always a battle. It feels like there's this incessant focus on battle and fight when it comes to relationship, when it comes to love. And a lot of people just sound really bitter and angry, and I get it, because after years of dating, if you've had a lot of bad experiences, you can be bitter, and that's people's choice. But I personally refuse to be bitter and angry and hopeless when it comes to love and relationships. So I wanted to just check in with the divine, because that's what I do. Anything going on in my life, anything going on in the world, if I want to know more, I'm going to tune in. I'm going to tune within. I'm going to ask the divine. I'm going to ask my spirit team, my cosmic council, what's going on? What do we need to know? How do we fix it? Right? So those are the two areas we're going to focus on today. We're going to check into what is going on, what the divine wants us to know about this topic, and then how we can fix the topic. Okay? Great. Okay, let's get into this. If you are interested in a personal tarot reading, check out my website, daydreamalston.com. The link will be up here somewhere. It'll pop up right now. It'll be in the description box below as well. I also have Ifa readings available on my site, Ifa-Orisa related ebooks and online trainings, okay? And other ebooks. You know, I just got stuff. I got an Ifa-Orisa resource list. Check it out, daydreamalston.com. All right, let's find out what the divine wants us to know about the current state of love and relationships. So as soon as I started shuffling just now, I felt like tension in my body. And I'm clairsentient, so I'll feel like emotion and physical sensations. There's a lot of tension when it comes to love and relationships, when it comes to people coming together in love. There is a lot of tension. So I don't typically read reversed cards, but the 10 of Cups came out in reverse. So that's the tension I'm feeling, right? Like this beautiful, this thing, this experience that's supposed to be so beautiful, so powerful, that's supposed to be so emotionally fulfilling and satisfying is not. It's the reverse. It's the opposite. It's not happy. It's not uplifting. There's just a lot of distortion around relationship. So we're starting with the divine feminine, with the Empress coming out. So divine femmes, you might not like this, but I'm going to keep it real. There is a lot of responsibility placed on us when it comes to love and relationships. And this is something I'm getting from the divine. I'm not saying I agree or I like it, but this is what's coming up. There is a need to really get our hearts and our minds right, to get our hearts and minds in alignment. Okay. They're telling me that we make the choice. We get to choose. Not to say that men don't have the option to choose the divine feminine or whatever you're into. There's always a choice between the two. But in this particular case, it's about like saying, you know what? This is what I need. This is what I consider healthy. This is what will work for me. Putting that out there and then standing on your square when you're presented with options that don't fit that. Holding yourself in high regard, the divine is saying. There's a need to hold yourself in high regard, be clear about what you want, and stand on that. Don't say, I want someone who's honest, and then stay with someone who's lying to you all the time. Don't say you want someone who's monogamous, but you're really in a polygamous relationship because your partner's always cheating. Stand on your square. Be confident and step into your power. And I purposely called on the Cosmic Mother energy to come through with messages today. So the Cosmic Mother is probably going to be a little tough on us. I see the divine as a combination between the Cosmic Mother and the Cosmic Father energy of creation. I don't think it's just one. You know, the gender principle is found throughout the spiritual realms as well. So I believe there was a Cosmic Mother who also supported our coming into being. The divine is saying, be more picky about who you're having children with, who you're giving your womb to. Okay. It's all about you, ladies. So, again, what's supposed to be this beautiful, loving experience, right? Being with your other half or with your counterpart, something that's supposed to be such an awesome and amazing experience has become burdensome. It's become heavy lifting. It's become too much. I'm seeing also with this Ten of Wands card, the divine masculine energy kind of coming up and the divine speaking to me about divine masculine. Divine masculine, I think sometimes you feel so overwhelmed and burdened by a relationship that you have a tendency to run away from it. But I'm also seeing that this is not correct assessment of your situation. It feels heavy. It bogs you down. It feels like it's too much, but it's not. It's this is very like specific. So I'm getting that it's part of your manhood. You know how you hear the term mansplaining? Ladies, you know how you'll talk to a man and you just want him to kind of support you and maybe give you a hug and say it's okay, but he'll go into trying to solve it or telling you what you need to do, but maybe you just wanted to vent. The masculine is being told that you have the capability, you have the strength, the power, the prowess, you have the intellect to figure these things out so they're not too hard for you. Like it's not that much of a burden. You can figure it out even if you're the type of person who feels like, oh, I don't understand women. I don't understand this person that I'm trying to date. There's still like this focus from or this push from the divine for you to stop seeing it as too much. You are built for this. Like you're built for this. It's not too much. It's not too hard. Some of you are hiding behind work and money, masculines. Like you see all the wands kind of covering him. you use that to block yourself from a loving relationship, from your Empress. Like, work feels safer for some of you. And so you're in that state where you rather go to work, or you rather do things with work than with love, because it just feels easier. You hide behind work. What else do we need to know about love and relationships? The status of love and relationships. The Knight of Rods is a fast-moving energy. It can represent impulsivity, right, and moving too quickly. In our current society, what's happening is the divine is saying we're moving so fast, we're going so quickly when it comes to love and relationships, that it really brings like this heartbreak, heartache, disappointment, because we are not taking the time to build solid foundations. And where there are no solid foundations, things will fall down around us, right? Things will fall apart. There's also a sense of like immaturity I'm getting when it comes to love and relationships. And, you know, our predecessors, our ancestors didn't date as many people as we date. Like, we're having experiences where we're dating dozens of people in our lifetimes. And with more experiences come more opportunities for heartbreak. So, of course, some of you are jaded and bitter. It's because you've been hurt too much, because this experience of dating over and over again is not right for us. And it's not helpful. And it just puts so much pressure on us and brings this. Okay? That's what it brings. Some of you have so much bitterness, so much hatred towards the opposite sex or whoever you want to date, that it's really become a burden to you, not just emotionally and mentally, but physically. Some of you need some healing. This is coming out strongly for the divine feminine. There's a lot of healing needed in the heart space. See how that heart in between her bosom has like that cross stuck into it? It kind of reminds me of the swords in the heart here. There's a lot of healing needed. Let's get into what we can do to fix these things. What can we do to improve love and relationships in this time and space, divine? Cosmic Mother particularly. What do we need to do to fix it? Please show me clearly. So we got the Star card. The Star card can represent hope, can represent, in my opinion, healing and things like that. So the Star card, I'm also feeling like this pull, this call back to the past. Everything wasn't perfect back in the day, right, with our ancestors. You know, they would get married and stay married, but sometimes they would stay married through some really toxic situations, right? They could be in abusive situations, sexually abusive situations, physically, emotionally abusive situations, and they would stay. So that's not what we're trying to tap into, but there are lessons in the past. There's goodness that we've kind of lost touch with. The divine is saying that there needs to be joy in love and relationship. And we need to kind of go into things, go into these experiences with this sense of awe and wonder and childlike exuberance. Like, not bringing all of the burdens, right, that we're so used to carrying, all of the heartache. Like, giving things fresh starts, you know, renewal. This also is calling to me with the water down here and her pouring water into the earth. There's something about watering your garden and making sure you're in the best state mentally and emotionally, even physically, so that you can actually handle a relationship, so that you can be in a relationship and be well in that relationship, not coming into it with the burden, with the heartache, and then wondering why it falls apart, right? Coming into the state as healthy as you can, being healthy when you enter into this state, being this person when you go into relationship, as opposed to the person who's coming in with this or with this, right? So the divine is pointing to a lot of like growth, the need for growth, the need for healing, the need for going back to the past and looking at practices of the past and how they worked. You know, what were the best practices of the past that we can bring back into our present and future? Forgiveness. The divine is saying in order for relationships to get better, to get stronger, there needs to be a forgiveness. And I'm feeling like this is generational forgiveness, because just like there are good things, like I said, there are not so good things, right? So we have things in our bloodlines that have been passed down, and I feel like some of that is what filters our views on relationships. So if you come from a family where a lot of people struggle in relationship, you might have taken that onto yourself and projected that into your own life. But there's a need to forgive and heal. And with forgiveness, what I'm seeing as well with this baby here is the need to lighten up, to be lighter, to be more childlike, playful in relationship, in union, instead of everything being so serious and so heavy. The divine is saying we really need to focus on looking for our soulmate. And your soulmate is not somebody you're going to find through here. And if I could point, through your root chakra, right? It's not going to be somebody that you're attracted to in those ways. With this person, their third eye is open and they are sensing their soulmate. So that's something we need to do more often. Really tap in and tune in to divine guidance. Really align with our highest consciousness to then be able to see clearly. Like, you'll get clues about who your soulmate is. You'll start to see images of this person. You'll get clues about what to look out for. You'll feel and sense when they're coming near you. You'll get with the wrong people and you'll know when you're around them, like, wait a minute, this is not the person for me. But that takes a lot of inner work, right? To be able to use your senses of intuition to guide you to your soulmate. And you have to feel safe too. You have to feel safe and secure. I'm seeing some of you, your root chakra is out of alignment because you don't feel safe and secure. With the Page of Pentacles here and the Queen of Pentacles, I'm getting this energy of needing to, there's something about foundations here. Build from the ground up. You know, like, it's like build from the ground up. Not rushing. Let this be slow and steady building of a foundation for relationships so that they may be grounded. That's what else I'm getting with the earth element out here. Grounding is needed to ensure that our relationships will thrive and grow. There's definitely a need for great maturity. For the masculine, I'm feeling like you need to tap in and tune into your divine feminine. And the divine feminine needs to have a balance between, or be able to easily flow between the divine feminine and the divine masculine within. That's going to help a lot. There's also something coming up about being a good example for your children. So we have the task of modeling better relationships, better love and relationship experiences for our children so that they won't repeat these patterns of toxic love. What else do I need to know? Be careful of your throat chakra. The things that you say can be really hurtful in relationships to the relationship, right? It can damage the relationship and stop the relationship from progressing. But also spiritually, you can say things that put out vibes that block the relationship and stop it from growing, okay? Last card we're going to take is the Queen of Cups. We have a lot of feminine energy coming out. There's a need for great emotional maturity and balance in relationship. Like there's a need to make sure you're able to manage your emotions. Like the type of person I am, I do enough work managing my own emotions, so I can't be with a man who is really like unsteady emotionally or toxic or looking for someone to kind of manage his emotions for him. Like I have my own stuff going on, so I can't do that for you. So I need someone who's emotionally mature, and the divine is calling on us to all kind of come into the relationship with our own level of maturity, okay? I hope you've enjoyed this. Drop any comments down below, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.